Galnet News, your galaxy in focus. 2nd of February, 3302. We start today by apologizing for the delay in broadcasting this galactic update provided by Commander Corrigendum. Emperor Arissa Lavini Duval's supporters delivered nearly 1 billion garrison supplies in an attempt to counter resource shortfalls in her domain. Supplies were bottlenecked in the Guathiti system, where over half of the supplies remained, exacerbating this shortage. As a result, the Shield of Justice was forced to withdraw from Yaozu, Rurima, Hezingo, and Kandakama. Princess Aisling Javal's media blitzes in Chnumar, Ekono, and HIP 77470 ended unsuccessfully. Fundraising campaigns came up short in HIP 116045 and Sanla, jeopardizing the influence of the People's Princess in those systems. If funding becomes available, the media blitzes in the Nyalayan and Kuki-An systems could lead to additional supporters for the princess. Senator Denton Patrius experienced significant opposition to the deployment of his private fleet in 23 Delta Piscis Austrini this week. Attempts are currently being made to negotiate the supply of arms and munitions in exchange for long-term berthing of the Senator's fleets in 23 Delta Piscis Austrini. Senator Zermina Torval is currently dealing with a budget deficit in her enterprise. If the situation does not improve, the assets of Wolfberg, Sequoia, and HIP 107936 will be sold to offset this deficit. If sufficient funding is made available, the Senator could acquire a controlling stake in the Yakama system. President Zachary Hudson secured a new base for the Federal Navy in the Munchheim system this week. This coming week holds potential for 3 additional bases in Deta, Dongkum, and HIP 24046. Should these additional systems be secured, the President will be responsible for a total of 79 naval bases. Shadow President Felicia Winters is moving forward with her aid campaign in Amuzgo, hoping to prove that federal values have a place in the future of the independent system. At the time of writing, her most significant liberal propaganda campaign is underway in the Fasti system, followed by the Kali system. Prime Minister Edmund Mahn's negotiators were unable to secure an equitable trade agreement with the Ross 842 system this week, but Alliance representatives have returned with additional incentives for the leaders of Ross 842 to consider. Sirius CEO Lee Yong-rui was unable to purchase the assets of the Quaretirini system, but retained the Tikwa system. The Quaretirini system remains a subject of interest for Sirius, and an offer of franchise is currently being resubmitted. At the time of writing, 2 additional systems, Zhaozu and Wangzi, are also being offered Sirius franchises. Simguru Pranav Antal's ambassadors were denied the opportunity to open utopian enclaves in Sucre and Taosha this week. Meanwhile, ambassadors have returned to Taosha in the hope of rekindling an interest in Utopia, and utopian forces are currently engaged in Kenna and Yematepa. Should Antal secure both systems, utopian enclaves will be present in 50 key systems. Pirate Lord Archon Delaine's attempts to take control of Chakiri and HIP 109144 were rebuffed. Meanwhile, resistance forces in Batra, Xians, and Brynhilio have risen up, providing the first real glimmer of hope that a system occupied by the Kumo crew could overthrow its conquerors. Federal freedom fighters have claimed credit for inciting the uprisings. Some news from Obsidian Orbital now, where speculation is rife following a close-quarters encounter with an unidentified Diamondback explorer. According to Chloe Anders, a member of the surveillance team at Christian Dock, the mysterious vessel came within 10 kilometers of the station while performing what was described as a high-speed pass. She said, "I saw it approach and assumed it was about to submit a docking request, but instead it just started circling the station. It had an unusual designation, S6:7, so I tried hailing it, but there was no response. Then our sensors lit up. I couldn't believe it. The damn thing was scanning the station. I told the weapons team to stand by, but the next thing I knew, it was gone." Asked for her opinion of the vessel's purpose, Anders said, "I know it sounds crazy, but when I saw it circling the station like that, the only thing I could think was that it was looking for something." Obsidian Orbital has been the center of much press attention recently after the station has been plagued with the unknown technological virus that appears to be cured through the use of meta-alloys. The station experienced a protest against the use of meta-alloys last week, which quickly turned violent. Those who are pro-meta-alloys claim that the station is being repaired and therefore restoring much-needed starport services to the wider community, and claim that the alloys are harmless. However, those on the side of the protesters warn of the dangers of the alloys, which are thought to be closely linked with the alien barnacles found in the Pleiades sector, and speculate that those permitting the use of these alloys, including Professor Palin, could be bringing some kind of alien invasion. And Statera Aleshinar from the Interstellar Press went out to the local pilot hotspots to gather the rumors that are circulating. One pilot gave a 5-hour oration to the mixed crowd of bemused and confused individuals. He said, "Thargoids, it's Thargoids, I tell you. They never gave up after I escaped their clutches in 3249, and now they're here for revenge." Meanwhile, 117.78 light-years away at the generator and accelerator in Eoteenses, local pilots have a different idea, with one saying, "Word has been going around that it's the banned AIs coming back. Think about it, the unknown artifacts use Morse code. If they're not from us, they gotta be from something we created." Interstellar authorities have not yet commented on the incident at Obsidian Orbital in what is widely interpreted to be an effort to maintain calm until further information can be obtained. And another story now from Statera Aleshinar of the Interstellar Press. A stranded pilot was rescued today after a Universal Cartographic Survey team arrived in the unexplored star system some 1,000 light-years from Sol. The captain of the SS Amundsen stated in a transmission sent back to inhabited space, "We picked up a short-range distress signal from the third planet, a metal-rich world with close to 1G, but an unbreathable atmosphere. The pilot is suffering from malnutrition and psychological trauma, but is otherwise unharmed. We are treating him in our med bay and are confident of a full physical recovery. I can confirm that we still intend to complete our 4-week survey mission before returning with our data." Lindelani Mududzi was stranded on the planet over 3 years ago when his craft's frameshift drive was irreparably damaged after a close encounter with the system's binary stars, apparently after having set out without filing a flight plan with any authorities. He commented, "I took my eye off the ball and it cost me. I'm just glad I'll be back in the Federation soon. Is Halsey still running the show?" The Pilots Federation recommends that all explorers file a flight plan with appropriate authorities before embarking on expeditions. This story from Commander Pierre 916 of the Interstellar Press. After several weeks of open conflict between Imperial forces and the Kumo crew, civil unrest is now out of control in the pirate-controlled systems of Batra, Hexians, and Brynhilio. Harma deleende est, meaning "Harma must be destroyed" in the ancient Latin language, has been the battle cry of the White Templars during the conflict the group is now calling the Action at Harma. With the assistance of the Imperial coalition the Templars helped to organize, several star systems now threaten to free themselves from the Pirate Lord's grasp. In a rare interview, the elusive Templar Knight Commander Bir Gofin showed confidence that they will triumph. He said, "We believe we can pry systems from the grip of the Pirate Lord and return Imperial citizens to their families across the Empire. We will work tirelessly to achieve this goal." Already, Citizens across the Empire are celebrating and asking their neighbours, where were you when Archon Delaine's Empire fell into turmoil? This story from Leonard Chamberlain. The Dumbbell Nebula, also known as Messier 27, is the new target of an ambitious Alliance exploration program. The Wolf 406 Transport & Co. Corporation publicly launched earlier this month an initiative to survey every astronomical body around this nebula. In order to swiftly complete the mapping of nearly 9,000 star systems, the Wolf 406 Transport & Co. is enlisting the help of experienced independent explorers to work alongside pilots from the Alliance Elite Diplomatic Corps. The first merchantress of Wolf 406 Transport & Co., Victoria Wolf VI, explained that the choice of the Dumbbell Nebula in an official press release. She said, "It has been more than 1.5 millennia since the Dumbbell Nebula was first seen by human eyes, thanks to Charles Messier, yet it still remains uncharted territory despite being within the reach of modern technology. Independent pilots wishing to participate in this exploration program are invited to coordinate directly with representatives of the AEDC." The Interstellar Press has submitted an update on the Congressional Corporate Donation Transparency Bill via Statera Eleshina. The bill, introduced by Liberal Congressman Cesar Neves almost 3 weeks ago, is now undergoing a motion to vote in federal Congress. The Congressional Corporate Donation Transparency Bill proposes to make representatives' donations from corporate sources publicly available and transparent. Premier federal politics show Hard Talk this morning debated the implications of the bill, with former Liberal Congresswoman Aliana Middlebrook stating, "Well, obviously the Republicans are scared, otherwise they'd be pushing for this vote so they could get it off the table. The fact that they've been filibustering it for this long indicates they're concerned that not all party members will fall in line." The debate opposition, former Republican Congressman Akash Bali, countered, "I think we can all agree that this liberal notion is just a huge waste of time. The Federation doesn't need another layer of red tape." And a report now from Pentwyn Sidonan from the Nagi system. Militia forces loyal to the Empire Pact boarded Bolko City, industrial and political center of Nagi. Governance in the system, long-standing member of the Empire and home to millions of Imperial clients, recently fell to hostile takeover by independent Nagi Corporation. Inquisitors of the Chapter House, Noxa, Edgar Starwalker, and Yubei Himura from nearby Kamadhinu led ships into battle above the rings of remote Nagi ABC-2, drawing away corporate security forces. Eyewitnesses claim Empire Pact faced little resistance from station defenders, with System Authority command codes secured within minutes of their arrival. Chapter House of Inquisition spokesperson Selun Dementa confirmed the group's involvement, saying, "With our help, Nagi has returned to the Imperial fold. Citizens can rest assured that other fallen systems can expect similar intervention very soon as part of our Tour of Duty initiative." Events in Nagi contrast with reported problems in Fasisi, where Chancellor Anders Blaine has been struggling for months to regain control from a local independent faction. That's the Galnet news for today. Tune in next time to keep your galaxy in focus.